Welcome, everyone. My name is Jose Rangel. I run channels for North America for HighQ. Today, we're going to be talking about why you want to partner with us as a VAR, or you be the VAR and us as a customer. Let's talk. We're going to talk a little bit about who we are, what we're all about, and why you should partner with us. Here with me today is John Lee. He's our senior sales engineer out of the West, been with us for a while. John, why don't you say hello?
Sure, and welcome everyone. Thanks for joining the webinar, and we're just excited to present this solution to you that you can add it to your portfolio to really allow customers to have a much easier to use backup solution for their environment.
And that's exactly right. Easy to use, make a lot of margin. That's all you need to know about us. So let's talk a little bit about HighQ, right? So HighQ stands for Hybrid Cloud Uptime. So pretty simple and basic. We're backup as a service, and that's where the name come from. So that's usually the type of questions we get. Little background on the company: we're based out of Boston, headquartered in Boston, have 300 employees globally. A lot of them, most of them, in sales. We have a data protection DNA, and if there's any questions about that, you can get back to us on why we state that. 10 plus years in this market. We have a multi-cloud focus for our product, and let's click here. And we have a global presence. So what's pretty exciting about our company is that you will not have a problem finding customers that are using our products. We have 2,000 plus worldwide customers. We sell in 70 plus countries and are partnered with 320 plus global partners. It's pretty exciting there. So we're looking to add to that with this call and why we're working with our friends at ProMark. Why, right? That's always the big question: is why do you want to work with us as opposed to some of your other cloud backup vendors? There's a simplicity to our product, and John's going to talk a little bit more about that. It's agentless, automated policy creation, native integrations, cloud out versus platform in. It's a true multi-cloud solution. Talk a little bit more about that. Purpose-built backup as a service, true purpose-built. Consolidated data protection, migration, and DR. And those are top of mind of all of your customers right now. If you're not having these discussions with your customers, you're missing out on revenues and margins. Focused APIs, cloud automation and orchestration frameworks, workflows, and monitoring. Secure from ransomware attacks. This is a big one today. So you want to talk to us more about that if your customers are asking you how they can look for products that are really going to help them with backups that are forward thinking. And they're natively built to help you move customers from on-prem to cloud or support both. And that's with our Protege product, which John will talk a little bit more about. That's pretty much all the sales. I'm sorry, John, go ahead.
Yeah, no, why don't you talk, mention the notification we got today that we're in the top 5 of the VMware backup solutions. I mean, that was DCIG report. Just highlight that a little bit.
Perfect transition to John. John, I will stop the sales talk and let you hit this.
Okay. So yeah, today we just found out that DCIG did a report of the top 5 backup solutions, enterprise backup solutions for VMware. And HighQ was listed in that top 5. So we're really proud to get that recognition for all the work we're doing to do purpose-built backup solutions for on-prem solutions. So it's not only just the the CRN here report that you can see, and that we have really high ratings with Gartner Peer Insights, but in that 91 Net Promoter Score. But we're getting recognized in the industry for really having a revolutionary solution. And just to give you a quick list of some of our customers that we do have that we've done through ProMark, and you can see it's just in all sorts of different industries that we sell into. So it doesn't matter whether it's finance or healthcare or commercial. It really is. It's a solution that can fit from the small environments of just a few, VMs, 10, 20 VMs in their environment, to the largest of large with thousands of VMs. So it's really a great solution, and you're going to see here how easy it is to go and use. And so we decided to take a different approach on things, and because we first started with on-prem and doing things with Nutanix and within VMware, and then people are starting to move into the cloud and doing things within Azure and Google Cloud and AWS, and not using those for more than just a backup target, but really starting to move workloads into the cloud. And so we created a solution that works very simply on-prem for doing Nutanix and VMware. We can back up Windows and Linux VMs or physical servers, and then be able to convert those and spin them up into the cloud. So now it's helping you on your journey into the cloud, or helping customers with their using the cloud as a DR site, because not everybody can afford to have a secondary cluster and replicate to use as a recovery site. Leverage the cloud. It's a great solution for doing that. So it's that part of that overall radical solution that we have, and that is taking your on-prem and then using it as a data protection solution, and back up to the cloud, migrate your VMs, or use the cloud as a DR strategy. And part of the simplicity of Haiku is the automation that we have in terms of doing these backups. It's really simple to get set up and used. I was able to get a customer up and running within 30 minutes, and that's from installing Haiku, configuring the target, and then launching the backups. And that's just really unheard of in the industry, to be able to get something spun up that quickly, because many other solutions require weeks of professional services to get set up, and most of our customers set it up themselves because it is that easy to do. And then with our cloud solutions, it's provisioned for you. It's truly backup as a service, and therefore there's nothing to get provisioned. It just runs, it automatically scales, and the billing also goes through the marketplace billing. So it really provides a nice consolidated backup and recovery solution for on-prem and for cloud solutions. And then, of course, ransomware is something that is on everybody's mind, and ransomware that's part of why you have backup solutions, is that you can recover in case in case you get hit with ransomware. And in many cases, it's not a question of if, it's a matter of when. And so having immutable backups, we can leverage worm-based targets, we can leverage the cloud, and therefore we can really secure your environment from any sort of ransomware attack and be able to get things recovered. And because Haiku is a secure Linux VM, it's not susceptible to ransomware. We've had customers hit with ransomware, and the Haiku VM was the only VM that was not encrypted. So, and they were able to be up and running within 24 hours. So really a great solution is to really bring ease of mind to your customers, to secure their backups and to create that last line of defense against ransomware, and to be able to recover if you do get hit, if the customers get hit. So just a little bit of evolution within Haiku. We really released our first product under our own name in 2017, and then we've you can see the progression of new releases that we have, and later on this year we're going to be having be able to support AWS's backup as a service. So we'll get the 3 major clouds for workloads running in the clouds and be able to back those up. And of course, as I mentioned earlier, we've been building backup solutions for 25 plus years, and we've built 8 different enterprise level solutions, and over the years. And but we were building it for other vendors. We decided to come out in 2017 when release products under our own name. And you can see we have a pretty aggressive growth here within the company. And so, if you take a look at old technology, it really does not design to work in the modern day environments. And you need to be able to you want to be able to support things in terms of your business objectives and not have complex configurations within your environment. And so you have recovery point objective, recovery time objectives, and that should be how you want to set up your environment. It's based off your business objectives. You want to be able to help customers with their journey into the cloud. And so they want to buy a product that helps them today as they're in the on-prem world, and as they start migrating things into the cloud, a product that will support them with that migration and be able to back up their environments that are once they are in that public cloud. And a lot of customers are just going only with public cloud, and so we have a solution that can help them with backing those environments up and supporting the infrastructure to do that, and even supporting Kubernetes within the Google Cloud environment today, and we'll be supporting Kubernetes on other platforms here shortly to really take advantage of the containerization that a lot of customers are using. So we are keeping up to date with how new developments are going on within the industry to make sure we're backing things up, not just saying we protect a VM, but protecting their applications that they're running. And that's part of our application focus. And so if you look at the outcomes that customers are seeing, you can see that it's that 50% faster deployment, or in many cases even better than 50% faster deployment. And you can see we're leveraging the platform. They bought into Nutanix, or they use a VxRail, or to take advantage of particular features that are there. Well, we leverage off those features to allow to provide a backup solution to really make it a modern day backup solution. And really, most of our customers are telling us that it's a set it and forget it environment. Is they set it up, it just works, it's backing up, and it's there when they need it. And you don't want to have to spend a lot of effort in doing any sort of a babysitting of your backup environment. You want to be able to get it installed, get it up and running quickly, and then it just becomes a tool that you leverage when you need it. You needed to recover a file from back in time that somebody inadvertently deleted. You need to get it back, or you need to recover a VM. You need to replay transaction logs on a SQL database. So all that is built into the product so that you can then do get your business back up and running quickly. Now, from a partner perspective, this is, we want you guys to make money. And so we have margin assurance. We have a really great partner program. Love to chat with you as to how all this works, and helping you with the materials to go out and present to your customers, and to make this a really easy sale with them to see what the advantages are of using Haiku, and really our radical approach of really designing Haiku so it's easy to install and easy to manage, and so therefore it really shortens that overall sales cycle. But
really,
we
John,
do have
here,
sure.
Sorry about that. Well, really, when you're looking at here, just know we have a mature partner program. We do not go direct, so we're looking to engage with our partners, and we have everything you need: joint marketing, MDF, margin assurance, which is always the big one. But the real get with our product, our two top partners, our top partner last quarter broke into 83 net new accounts, right? Those are 83 accounts this partner was not selling hybrid cloud backup into before. So you can really consider it a new LOB for them. The number 2 on our list did 38 new logos. Can you imagine, as a partner, the kind of business you can grow going out there and starting a whole new line of business selling hybrid cloud backup? This is already happening right now. So when you look at what John posted on our existing customers, we could literally, with 2 partners, throw up another 120 plus for last quarter to fill that page on new customers. So this is the reason you need to be having these discussions. Your customers are thinking about it. What are we going to do about ransomware? Do we have an ability to migrate within the cloud and protect our applications, right? How are we going to restore? Do we have an air gap solution that's going to allow us to restore anywhere? That's us. And those conversations are happening, and we want them to be with you. Thank you, John.
No, thanks. Excellent point. And also I want to highlight, we're here to help you sell. So we'll get on calls, we can do presentations, we can train your team to be able to do those presentations, but we'd love to get on calls with you and the customer and be able to help you sell this into the customer site and really show them how easy it is to get all this set up, and that it provides advanced features. It's not a lightweight solution in terms of feature sets. It's lightweight to install, but it's really provides all those major features that customers need to provide a modern day backup solution for their modern day environments. So how do you get started? Well, we have the user guide, we have our help center, we have learning, but really for partners is this partner inquiries. Send an email to partners@hiku.com. We'll get in touch with the partner. That can be anybody at Ingram Micro or any of the partners that you're presenting to. Get in touch with us. We'd love to talk with you and see how we can get this into your portfolio so you can start delivering the modern day backup solution to your customers. And just really to highlight, it's allowing the public cloud as a target. And other solutions require you to spin things up in the cloud and have a VM running in the cloud. We don't require that. We talk directly to the cloud targets, and then helping you move workloads into the cloud, helping the customers with their journey into the cloud or as they're doing things in the cloud. And then, it's just protecting against ransomware. That is just so key these days to make sure that your data is protected so that you can recover in the case of getting hit with ransomware. So what I'd like to do now is just to go ahead and jump into a quick demo and just to show you how easy it is to use HYCU. Now I'm starting here with the HYCU Manager or HYCU Protege, and what this does is it allows you to see what's going across your multiple backup solutions. So you have your on-prem HYCUs. We have two different controllers here, but it's also showing what you have with Google Cloud and Azure, O365. We do have an O365 backup solution also to back up all of O365. So it's SharePoint and groups and teams, as well as your email and OneDrive. So you can get all that backup as a service, but also what's going on with all your on-prem controllers. And so this shows you what's going on across the entire environment, but then you can also see what's going on with each individual controller, and then you can provide, and then the links are here so you can actually launch into that particular HYCU instance to go and take a look at that. Let's dive into the on-prem solution here. And so again, you have a dashboard here that shows you what's going on across the entire environment. And we're just a single Linux VM that runs, and it's a hardened Linux VM. That's why the US Department of Defense loves HYCU, because of its secure, it's a secure Linux VM and secures their environment and their backup data. And it's really a lightweight solution. This one's beefed out a little bit. It's a real simple base configuration. And then sources. So you can add multiple hypervisors with one instance of HYCU. And so you can see here we have 4 different clusters that we're connected to. They can be Nutanix, HV, and ESX outside of Nutanix. We can also do physical machines. And then we also have native support for Nutanix files. And so there's only 2 solutions out there that support native Nutanix files, and extremely efficient on how we do the backup and recovery of Nutanix files, because it's tightly integrated using Nutanix change file tracking API. Now, once you have the sources, then you're going to see all your machines here that you have available. So you can see the all the virtual machines and physical machines all in one pane. So there's no bouncing around between different screens to see different types of virtual machines. It's all here because the use of the product's the same. Select one or more VMs and then assign a policy. And boom, now we'll start backing up based off the objectives that are within that particular policy. And we have out-of-the-box policies, gold, silver, bronze, and exclude. And you can create your own policies with just a couple of clicks. Once you assign, then we start backing up based off the objectives and the policies. And you can see we have fulls, we do incrementals, and then we have multiple targets. So this is being backed up here to an Exagrid and then going to the Google Cloud. And then, so we have all these backups, and we can leverage Nutanix storage level snapshots on Nutanix and keep multiple snapshots without impacting the performance. And this is part of your anti-ransomware strategy also. So we can recover this VM in literally seconds. And I had a customer restore a 4 terabyte VM in 40 seconds. And it's because of that tight integration we have with Nutanix. And so we can restore that whole VM, and we can restore that and we can override it. We can create a new VM. We can validate the backups also. We can restore individual vDisks. We can restore individual files. So we can do file level restores, and we can restore that either, we can say from the COP, the backup, or the snapshot. So it's all built in, and you can do file level restores, and we can put those files back onto that virtual machine or a different virtual machine. So, and we can even download those onto your desktop. So very quick and easy to go and do that file level restore and get those files restored. You just pick the restore point, and then you can go ahead and do a file level restore. So this is going to finish up here in just a second, and it just gives you a file browser. So then you can go ahead and do individual file restores. And so you can see here, you just navigate through and pick the file that you want to restore, and then you can go ahead and restore that. So really, again, very, very easy to use, very intuitive. And we can, the reason why we can redo anything, to restore files back onto the virtual machine, is we have credentials, because we don't do agents with anything that we do. There's no agents involved, whether we're doing restores of files, backing up the VMs, or even doing application consistent backups. So these credentials discover the applications. So now we can do application consistent backups and be able to restore individual databases if we want, and we do log file playback. We can even spin that VM up into the cloud. And so we can spin, this VM, and we can say, let's spin that VM up into the Google Cloud or into Azure. And we can even do that from the virtual machine pane, and we can make these native VMs running within those cloud platforms. So again, very intuitive and very easy to use. Now with Nutanix files, you can have Nutanix file shares, and we'll discover all those shares, and it works the same way. You select your share, you assign a policy, and now we're going and backing that up, and backing up based off the objectives that you have within that particular policy. And so how do you get things set up? Well, very quickly, you can then go ahead and add a target. And here I just want to show you, we can back up to just about anything in terms of Azure, Google Cloud, AWS, or anything that's S3 compatible with Sabe, ILAN. We also support Nutanix objects with Worm. We support Cloudian. So, and then anything that supports NFS, iSCSI, or SMB. So we back up to just about anything. And the thing is, customers can leverage what they currently have, or they can buy in a target that they wish. They're not locked into any sort of a target, right? They can buy whatever they need, and so new target comes out that they really want to use, they can leverage that within Haiku as long as it supports those particular protocols. So again, really easy to go and set that up within the environment. And policies are, it really couldn't be any easier, because as I mentioned, you just want to set these policies based off your business objectives. And so if I needed to create a new policy, it's just done with a couple clicks. So I can say, let's back it up once a day. I want to say, notify me if we can't recover the VM within 2 hours, and I want to keep it for 4 weeks. And let's put that over onto a Synology, and that's a policy, and I can use that and apply it to any VM or file share or application. And if I needed to add a second copy and I need to go to the cloud, well, we've already configured the target. So if we have an Azure target there, boom, I'm done. I've added that secondary target. And so after the primary copy is done, we'll send it over to that secondary target. So this is why it's so easy to get Haiku set up and get the get customers up and running very quickly. So we track all the jobs, we track events, event notification, we can integrate with webhooks, built-in reporting. So we have out-of-the-box reports, and you can build your own reports with a very simple, easy-to-use drag-and-drop interface. And we are designed to be multi-tenant. And so with our self-service module, you can add different users and different tenant groups so that customer then be able to allow only certain users to go and access the VMs that they own. So all this is built into the product. So this is just a quick highlight of the feature set that we have within Haiku. And it's, we'd love to chat with you and get you on board and be able to present this great solution to your customer base. So Jose, do you have anything else you'd like to say just to wrap up before we end this webinar?
No. I think you've hit on everything at a high level we need to discuss with prospective partners. Again, high margin, new LOBs, net new logos. That's what we represent, right? If you're not talking about hybrid cloud backup, how you can discuss protection against ransomware with your backups and leveraging your cloud spend, somebody else is having that conversation. And as we've discussed earlier, there's a couple of partners out there having it probably at least 80 times a quarter, and we prefer it be you. So let's talk. Thank you from me.
Well, thank you so much for joining the webinar here. We look forward to hearing from you. And this concludes the webinar for today.